Well, welcome to the Village Green. This is NBTV's show that we talk about the environment in Newport Beach. And because this COVID thing just keeps going, a lot of us are looking for outdoor recreation as opposed to the gyms, most of which are closed. And we have so many great hiking spots in Newport Beach and right around us. We thought we'd touch base on some of them today. The first one is Crystal Cove State Park. The beauty of Crystal Cove State Park is you've got some wonderful trails, and they're nice and wide. They're paved, so you have plenty of distance. Social distancing is easy. But you also have restrooms, you have drinking fountains, you have the beach. You can go right down to the beach if you want to and walk on the beach. You also have access to Crystal Cove, the cottages there, the restaurant, the beachcomber, a little bit of everything. Now, there is a charge if you have to drive there. It's $15 a day, but as I say, you can go for the whole day and you get everything, the beaches, the park, the hikes and everything. And you can go from inland up on El Morro, up in the canyon there. You can do dirt bike riding there, bike riding along the ocean, as well as walking. Your dogs you can take as long as they're on a leash, not on the beach, but on the paths. So there's a little bit of everything. So there are, I think, 3 parking areas. There's one off Newport Coast, there's one off Los Troncos, and then there's the one at El Morro where you can also camp overnight. So something for everyone. So $15 a day, and that's Crystal Cove State Park. I think that's one of the top of the list. And when we did a study a couple of months ago about visitation, found that Crystal Cove State Park is one of the most visited parks in our Southern California area, surprisingly. Or maybe not surprisingly, because it offers so much. Number 2 on our trip is Coastal Peak Park. Now, not everybody knows about this. It's part of Newport Coast, and you can obviously find it easily on Google. But what it is, it's a multiple kind of park. First of all, it's a trailhead. You can access so much of the nature preserve here all the way to Laguna Canyon. So the bicycle riders, the hikers, so you come on a Saturday morning and it can be pretty crowded with people taking off from here. You can also go all the way down. You can see over my shoulder the ocean that way. You can go inland. So if you're really out for a big hike, this is a terrific place to go because you get so many different connections from just this one trailhead. And there's parking. It's not tons of parking, but it's free. And on weekends when there are kid sports, you'll have team soccers and things like that, so it'll be a little bit more crowded. But most of the time, we're here on what day is it? Tuesday, and gee, we pulled right into a parking place with no effort. Beautiful day, as I say, lots of access. The other nice thing about this, and we're going to go over it in just a second, is there's also a manicured park with fields and amenities that are part of this whole Coastal Peak Park. So we're going to go over there right now. Now this is the other part of Coastal Peak Park. That's a good one, Coastal Peak Park. And I think this is why a lot of families like it, because they do have the access to the hiking in the very natural area. But then there's a regular park. We've got picnic benches. There's a field for soccer and baseball. There's a great little park over here for the kids with all sorts of climbing and swinging devices. Plus there's a restroom and water. So this is Coastal Peak Park. You can have, we got somebody here with a model airplane they're probably going to fly. They brought a ball to kick around the field, and that's what they do here. Plenty of room. It's not only fence fields and manicured fields, but just grass area. You want to play with frisbee, want to fly a kite, you can come to Coastal Peak Park. There's plenty of parking. There's access to all of the trails of the nature reserve, plus the amenities of a regular manicured park. Coastal Peak Park in Newport Coast. If you want lots to look at while you walk, I don't think any place is any better than Back Bay Drive. You can access it from Coast Highway or Jamboree. Right now, the road is closed to cars, but you can bicycle and hike, walk through it, and you have the beautiful bay in the back with all sorts of birds, particularly during the fall when you have a lot of the migratory birds coming, or migratory as Monty Python would say. In addition to the paved road, there are little excursions you can take. For example, at Big Canyon, they've done a lot of restoration, and there's a nice path there that you can explore and see a lot of natives, plants growing. And then, of course, you've got the whole other side of the harbor, or the bay, where you can also walk. There you have excellent parking at the Moose Center, which is off of Irvine and University. You've got the Moose Center itself, which is closed during the COVID, but provides a restroom. And we also have restrooms on this side, always nice to know. And then you have all sorts of little trails off from the Moose Center around that side of the bay. And you can also make almost a complete loop. So this is an easy access, very popular, but the streets are wide, so you can have lots of social distancing when you walk. And you see people with strollers, you see people with kids on their tricycles and everything. It's a really sort of multi-generational path. It's not difficult in the sense it's flat, but it offers a lot of viewing. And as I say, it does have the amenities that help when you've got a little kid that says, gotta go. So that's the back bay. Always popular here in Newport Beach and with a lot of visitors. Hello.
Hello.
Orange Coast River Park. Now, this is something many people haven't heard of, but it's a concept that's been around for, a couple of decades now, making progress. But you have this whole area alongside the Santa Ana River, which has multiple owners, and thus there's a sort of a lack of coordination. And the idea is to get coordinated management so you have a better park. The nice thing about this is the access is not as easy as some of the others. You either have to park right by the ocean, there's a parking lot there in Newport, or up in Costa Mesa in the Canyon Acres area. But it offers multiple experiences. For the speed racer, I think, or the pelotons, there's that very straight bike trail all the way up the Santa Ana River, and you can really crank along there. It's not particularly scenic in the sense of you've got the river on one side, but it's a straight shot of asphalt. But you can walk along that as well. But off that are a number of trails which go into areas by Victoria Pond, a very nice little pond that's set in the middle of this area where you wouldn't expect it. You can go on up to Fairview Park, which has all sorts of amenities. So there's a lot of things to be done. The only problem right now is access. Now, they had a blue ribbon panel some years ago to say, what could we do to make our section of the Santa Ana River better? And among the ideas was to make that bike trail a little more, put some maybe rest areas, little shade areas and that sort of thing, make it more attractive. But one of the ideas was to take that area where the trailer park is and take part of that and make that a staging area. Would be additional parking for the beach, as well as for people wanting to take their bikes or hike inland. So we'll see. I know there's a group, the Orange Coast River Park Conservancy, that's working on it. We'll see what comes to fruition. But Orange Coast River Park, another area where you can walk, bike, explore. If you get off the trail, there's lots of native areas. There are lots of birds and other critters that you can have fun watching. And as I say, the farther you go, the more manicured it is, probably is a good way to put it, with signage that explains things. So Orange Coast River Park, so those are 4 areas we covered today that offer great areas to explore, to hike, to bike during this COVID when you want to be outside and you're not allowed in your regular gym. And that's our show. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, let's all work on making our village green.